I am not my grandmother. I am not my grandmother. No, you know what? Shout out Grandma in Heaven, Louise Llewellyn, who wore leopard.
Oh.
And always had her nails done. And then my mother, who would probably be like, Rochelle, what the hell are you wearing?
My mom was the same way, actually.
Yeah.
She chased me around with a broom.
Okay, we're gonna start.
Fire. Oh my goodness. She's like, claw.
Women can be drag queens too. Don't come for us, drag queen kingdom, like
That's right.
queendom. Welcome everyone, welcome back to the House of Royale in collaboration with MORTEZ. I am your host, Rochelle. It is not Rachel, it's Rochelle. And this is our gorgeous guest, and I'm gonna introduce her in a second. But first, we have some reminders for all of you, okay? It's the holiday season, and you know what? Some of us are orphans, like me. And if you don't have a family, come join ours. It's patreon.com/House of Royale, and you can join for free. You can get on the socials. You can DM message if you want a custom shirt, if you want us to promote your business, all of that good stuff. Because community is number one, and we need to be lifting each other up and supporting each other. Whatever you want to cross promo, especially if you're a woman, let's work together and blow your business up, honey. Number two, I want you guys to follow MORTEZ. It is a brand new symphonic rock band, Brett Daniels and I, and we have so much new music. We just released a 3-song EP, Veil.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm sweating. Veil, Haunt Couture, and Pray. And then we have a new country song coming out called The Crossing, okay? And this song is super deep because it is about, because I lost my mother so young, it's just been an ongoing before we die situation. What are you gonna do with your life? And I feel like this song truly embodies the feeling of like pushing yourself to the point where you're running on fumes and then finally saying, I need to surrender and let go so that I can actually live. And that has been the theme, I think, for every perfectionist, for most artists, for women, for, you know, it's like we have to let go at some point. And I'm so tired of hanging on to the guilt and the shame and all of the stuff. And I just want to live before we cross over, you know what I'm saying? And so that is The Crossing, and it comes out on Thanksgiving Day, or whatever you want to call that day, November 27th. It's the day of love and gathering and
Togetherness.
yeah, a day.
Unity.
Yes, gratitude day. Last but not least, you guys, merch, okay? We all know that bands and podcasts need support. If you guys want to support, please go buy a t-shirt or a hoodie, whatever. It's on the internet, or you can DM for a custom shirt, fully rhinestoned if you would like. Whatever you want, we are at your service, but we just ask, get your shirt, take a photo of yourself in it, and we will post on socials. We just love to see you guys not only playing the music, but wearing the merch. And we are so grateful that we have people that are joining us on this journey to making something great and making something inspirational and living out our purpose. Okay, that being said, we will see you guys in a second, and we love you. Bye.
Bye. Why? You're like a sister to me, and you're like 2 decades younger than I am.
Yeah, right. No one knows how old I am. And we're back. Finally, I get to introduce this beautiful queen over here, okay? There are, most of the women that I love wear a million different hats. And Myra is no different, okay? We're talking entrepreneur, we're talking professionally trained dancer, teacher, we're talking advocate for the survivors of cancer community, which she is going to get into with us. I want you guys to give a huge round of applause to this beautiful woman who is changing lives on a daily basis. And I literally just met her, and I have already been so inspired and moved by the way that she supports her fellow women in this community. She lifts people up. she is just someone that was put on this earth to inspire. And I'm so grateful to share her with you guys. Give it up for Myra.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Not Rachel. Thank you. So how do I follow up with that?
I want to start from the beginning, the origin story of Myra, where you were born, and then how did dance come into your life? Was dance later or was it early?
It was later for me.
Okay, so let's get into it. Not to get too personal, and whatever I ask,
free.
you don't have to answer, but I love to hear people who are close with their parents. Were you?
I was not.
You were not?
I was not.
Oh my God, samesies.
Yeah, okay.
That's a relief too.
I was
Okay, and during the holidays, you guys, like, this is the shit we need to get into because like, I literally was on the bed crying this morning because I'm so upset about the fact that I don't have a relationship with my dad and my brothers because of what happened with my mother.
Okay.
But also just because sometimes if you try and it's the same thing over and over again.
It's called
Insanity, and then also the Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, so tell us about the beginning. I'm curious now that you said that.
Well, let's go back to where it started. My parents were from the Philippines. My father was unusually older, 74. He was born in 1899, my dad.
Damn.
I know. And then he joined the U.S. Navy from the Philippines when he was 18 or 19, something like that. It was a long time. And I have 3 older siblings. I am the youngest, my brother and my 2 sisters. And they were all born in the Philippines. And I had not come around until they came into the United States as naturalized citizens. And then I came along in 1973. Anyway, in 73, I'm 52. And
52 is the new 20.
Right?
It's so young. Like 52 is so young. Period.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
J-Lo's what, 54?
Yes, I think, 54. Almost.
Okay.
I think she's 55. Well, I can't remember. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Right. So, but I lived here. Well, my parents lived here in Reno.
Okay.
My dad, basically, they had a Navy base in Oakland that is now no longer there.
Oakland.
In Oakland. So, yeah.
Bay Area.
Yes, exactly. So I was born there, but we resided in Reno.
Okay.
Hair in my mouth again, sorry. And then was raised here in Reno. And with my aged father, still so much hair. Why is that happening?
I have an eyelash that won't go away.
The things that women worry about. Okay. While we're recording. Anyway.
Oh.
Right. So thank you. The fan helps with the nerves and everything.
Yes.
So I grew up here in Reno, and we weren't the most wealthiest, but we were honest and hardworking. My mom was, again, on her own, I guess emotionally and physically, because my father was older. And at that point, he had his mental health gone through from being lucid to Alzheimer's. But back then, we called it senile because he would forget. And then we ended up caretaking for him and I, because I was only about 5 and 6 when it actually started.
Oh my God.
So, but he was my person. My father was until he wasn't, and then we had to get extra care for him.
Yeah.
But we were close when I was younger, so I have many fond memories.
Yeah.
Just walking. We walked everywhere. He didn't drive because he was older, and minutes away from downtown Reno, and that's my town.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of history there. And my mom was working 2 jobs to support our family.
Wow.
But she was also getting his military pension as well. So, but there was 4 of us, and a house, and food on the table, all the things. So I grew up in an area that was low income and whatnot. That wasn't the thing, but my mom finally somehow moved us out of that area in Reno, and we moved to Sparks. And that's where I went to school, elementary school, middle school, high school. And then shortly in my teenagehood, when I was 13, my father passed away. But he had been hospitalized for a few years already because he had full-blown Alzheimer's.
Wow.
It wasn't even named Alzheimer's back then, so we didn't know what it was. I just knew that he had forgotten us. And to this day, I don't like to be forgotten.
No.
That's the truth. That's probably something that, I don't know, I can let go now. But anyway, so there's that.
Yeah.
And I grew up watching, as far as dance coming into my life, I grew up watching Solid Gold, the Soul Train stuff that
Yes.
I'm sure, yeah, American Bandstand, all the things that
Yes.
had music, had fun, had that energy
Yeah.
that I was really attracted to. And I literally, the show called Solid Gold had a countdown from top hits, like their top 10, and it would go in reverse, top 10 or the 10th, and then all the way to number 1. And usually that number 1 song would either be performed by the original guest
Yes.
or someone who covered the music, which was terrible. But anyway.
Okay, wait, pause. Have you heard of Midnight Special?
I have.
Okay, because my mom was one of the main dancers
yeah,
on that show with
yeah.
Jerry Evans
my
and
gosh.
Charlie McGowan.
Wow.
And for all the children
Wow.
who have no idea what we're talking about, there was a man, and his name was Wolfman Jack, and he hosted that show. And it was like Stevie Wonder and Huey Lewis and Dolly Parton, and I have a YouTube channel for my mom that I made, and some of that stuff is on there. But
Love it.
yeah, that's what it was. That was the format. Sometimes they would have the actual guest, and sometimes it was just the song that they would dance to.
Correct. They had several, and the Solid Gold hosts was either Dionne Warwick, Marilyn McCoo. I mean, Dionne Warwick was when he was
Legend.
Yes, and then
Legend.
very, very much so. At one point, I think even Andy Gibb of Brothers Gibb, Bee Gees, was a host at that time, and I remember having a massive crush on him. But then he died by suicide, so it was horrible. But anyway, I grew up watching those shows, and I always wanted to be the lead dancer. Her name was Darcel and she was this beautiful black woman with these braids really long and just the way she slithered everywhere and really just used every single part of her, every fiber of her being to express that song, whatever song it was.
Do you think we could find a clip on YouTube of that?
I think, yes, I've seen it.
Okay, because I can like fly it over while we're talking about it.
Darcel, look for her. Solid Gold dancer. She's still teaching dance classes, from what I understand, in the Bay Area, maybe Southern California. Not sure, but we'll see. I'm still her biggest fan.
Oh my God, you need to meet her.
I do.
Okay, Darcel, come to Reno. Do the podcast and come hang out with Myra. Actually, teach a masterclass for Myra's UJam women.
Oh my gosh. That'd be so amazing.
It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. We're manifesting
now.
It. Yeah. Darcel.
Okay. But anyway, going back to the dance, I grew up watching dance on TV. So that's all that I really knew. And then also the time of Flashdance, Fame.
Yep.
The OG show, not the rendition, and then other shows that had dance elements to it, you know? So that was kind of my education. But
Can we talk about the movie Fame? Because
sure.
I feel like in my mind, I'm like, all these epic dance movies from the past. And then you press play and you're like,
it's flat. It falls flat. Yeah, everything falls flat. Yeah.
Like, okay, for Fame, there's like at the end when they sing Body Electric.
Yes.
Like that's cool.
Right.
But I'm just like, I did not remember anything about that movie because I was telling Brett, like, we need to watch it. Oh my God, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And we're watching it and I'm like, oh shit, this is weird.
It's just flat compared to everything out there.
Yeah.
Same with Flashdance you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's the same thing. Everything falls flat, and now everything is so exciting with, you know, what they can do with AI and everything.
So wait, my mom told me that she auditioned for Flashdance to be the lead girl.
What?
But she couldn't act. So to all of the dancers, I hear some teachers say, I make sure my kids know every style of dance, and I make sure But I'm not really hearing these days that they require their kids to act and sing, because that's kind of old school to be a triple threat.
True.
But, honey, if you want to be super well-rounded and be a triple threat, it will open more doors for you. So learn.
1000%. Yes.
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 Take an acting class. Take a singing lesson. Like, you don't have to be the best, but it's good to have that training.
I feel like I'm in the presence of a triple threat. Yeah. See? So that's the moment I felt it was when we were sitting next to you at Eric's wedding too, by the way. I was like,
Well, thank you. But I
welcome.
just, I think, and also, like you were saying, who died by suicide?
Andy Gibb.
Andy Gibb. Okay, because that, for all of you who don't know, that is how I lost my mom. And I feel like it's been really hard.
How old were you, may I ask?
I don't want to do timelines.
Okay. No good.
But it
good.
was like you
were young.
I was getting ready to live in LA.
Okay.
Right when it happened. And my brothers were not even old enough to be on their own. And I just feel like the fear of not making it has been the thing that has pushed me to even do the bare minimum. But I feel like being with Brett, it's the first time I've been able to start like really healing and like connecting to being an artist without like quitting. Because I think that we like people that suffer from trauma or whatever, it's like you go this far and then you like stop and then you kind of like take a couple steps back.
Right.
And
Excuse me.
I feel like to become a big thing, it's like you have to have a support system.
Correct.
And in LA, I was literally by myself.
Wow.
Which is like, I knew that there was no way. I mean, I really like, there were moments where I'm like, holy shit, I might actually fucking make it.
Right.
And then it's like, mentally, I couldn't recover.
Okay.
Every time something bad happened, I could not recover, and I would like go back to whatever I was doing before the big moment.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to say that out loud because I don't want you guys to give up on your gifts because it's too hard to dance, or it's too hard to sing, or it's too hard to act because you're sad. It's like, I just get a therapist, like effing find a way
Yes.
to push through, because it's such a waste of your life and talent to like
1000%.
give it up to the bullshit.
Right.
It's not bullshit. It's like serious, severe shit, but it's like we have to live somehow.
I agree. 100%. We're only human, and our minds and our bodies and our spirits can only take so much. And I've learned in the last literally August, September, October, November, 4 months, that it's very true when they say that trauma is hidden in layers. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that. And I'm
Sorry to veer off.
You're good. You're good.
Listen, it's the ADHD. I'm also currently PMSing, so I took a Midol, a Flow gummy, and a Bloom thing. I don't know what to do. It just is. The tears are flowing. Okay.
I got you.
So look, when did you take your first dance class?
Oh my goodness, I was 16. 16, I had to wait till I drive.
Okay.
And then I had to find a part-time job and whatever. So
Were you driving at 16?
I was driving at 16.
I was not driving until 19.
Okay. But yeah, my son was 19 thinking about that. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Yeah. And yeah, he drives a lot for work. He's
Yeah.
a police officer. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
At the airport.
What's his name?
Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony.
Ooh.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. His little canine partner, Doug.
Thank you for keeping us safe.
Yes. Oh, shout out. She was due 3 days ago. My grandbaby. No, 4 days ago.
What?
5 days ago. 5 days ago.
And
She's still very
has
pregnant. No, still has not.
Oh my God, we're saying a prayer.
Yes, for Gabby and Anthony and my
May
baby.
the pregnancy be beautiful. Or the birthing of
Yes.
our new
Human, our newest human.
starseed, yes.
Yes, girl. So
A girl.
super. And she has a couple of tutu ballet outfit. So
Oh, ready?
already. Anyway,
Myra's like, point your effing foot.
but I was so anyway, going back to that.
Yeah. Okay. Dance class.
Yes, my first jazz instructor, because that was in my time. It was the jazz.
Yeah.
And it was Marty Lewis, who is he's here now in the Reno area, and actually just stopped teaching fitness classes at Sports West, where now our UJAM is housed, right?
Yes.
And where my event was. So he was my first jazz teacher at Nevada Dance Academy, which was Midtown. They didn't call it Midtown back then, but anyway. Smack in the center of Midtown.
And what style was he, like turns or like
Jazz,
more
straight up,
all
that jazz.
honey.
Yeah, exactly. Jazz fingers. Yes.
Like, would he do Fosse stuff?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, yes. So you got legit trained.
Yes.
Out the gate.
Yes. And it was sparse. I could make it when I could make it. I could make it. I was hopping from studio to studio just to see what fit me at that time. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple of friends, shout out to Tammy and Becky, who were on dance team for Miss Gina at Dance Unlimited. And that's when Dance Unlimited came into my life.
Oh.
Yep. And I wasn't at the level where they were on team and they were turning and doing all these magical things with their bodies. And I just wanted to be a solid gold dancer. Really, that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't dance on team, but I did take lessons from her. And to this day, I'm still 40 something years later, very flexible in second, in a forward.
Center split.
There you go.
Because Gina's hardcore.
Yes.
I mean, I finally met her in a parking lot and I was
See?
like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like just
She's
soaking
hardcore.
up every word.
Yes. And a beautiful human being.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So
And then,
between Marty and Gina, that's why you're such a badass dancer.
well, I went to UNR and studied.
Okay.
I did modern with Jen, forgot her last name, and then I did another jazz.
Not Heshla.
No, I don't remember her last.
Okay.
Jen was my modern, or they called it modern. I think it's contemporary now, but
Yeah, contemporary.
And then I know literally was modern with like the feet and the weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was alive when they called it lyrical, so.
Yeah. That was that's exactly what I trained in college anyway. And then there was a lyrical class, and then your ballet with Miss Barbara. Have you met Miss Barbara Land?
No.
Okay.
But Kelly was here the day before yesterday, and she was like, lyrical this, lyrical that, and I was like,
Yep. Yep, lyrical. Yep, John B, Pretty Girl. That was my lyrical dance for the spring recital, or was it the Christmas recital? I can't remember. It was during the end of semester, at UNR. So that's where I got a lot more experience. And then I had, from there.
okay, so I always ask everyone for university experiences, like college.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, did it prepare you for the real world? And how do you think colleges today can do better with preparing their kids to be more, like, mindful about their careers?
Yes. It is pivotal, I think, with this day and age, everything that's going on with the economy, how it's massively expensive to buy a home, maintain a home, and keep your health so you can provide for your home. There's just a lot of there's a lot of red tape to that all, especially when you get family involved and your children and in my day, in my high school time, my friends were getting pregnant left and right in high school, left and right, and
Because it was all those R&B songs.
it could have been. It could have been.
It was
could've
goddamn
been.
Boys to Men.
Yes, to the
Get
end
in
of
the
the
road. Everyone pregnant.
there was a boom. There was a boom, and then it just, I don't know, because like I'm becoming a grandmother at 52, where my mom was younger.
Oh,
'Cause, like,
yeah.
my older sibling,
Right.
My sister had her
Yeah.
children, so. Yeah, so we're seeing less of that, and now it's just getting harder just for two people in a home to be able to afford all the things.
I haven't had a child. I mean, because of all of that. Money, finding the right partner. I mean, Brett and I just found each other a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
So like we haven't even been together for that long. And before that I was like, there's no way you can't live in LA and be a single mom.
No.
So I was just like, I can't do that. It's really insane. But it's like I look around and I barely have any friends in LA that have children. All of my friends that I grew up with, like from Dance Attack, most of them are married with kids.
Oh, wow.
Because they didn't try to go to LA and have a career.
That was my original plan. I
Yeah.
literally wanted to go to LA and I really wanted to just dance with Disneyland. That was my thing. That's
Oh,
what I wanted to spread joy. That was
Disneyland.
me. I wanted to do that. I wanted to dance for Disney.
Yes.
Back then, you know, it was the thing. And then I also became pregnant, but I was done with high school, thank God. And we were young, you know, and so it was
How did
my
you guys
change of
meet?
priorities. Oh my gosh. So
How did you meet?
Circus, we had both worked there. He had just left employment at Douglas County Sheriff's Office, which was it's in Gardnerville. It's about an hour away from here south. And he was coming to school up at UNR, but actually he was transferring to UNLV in Las Vegas. And I had met him like a semester before he left. And I was 16. And it's so funny you brought up J-Lo because I lied to Greg, honestly. Not in the first conversation, but in one of the first conversations, because he asked how old I was. And I said, oh, I'm 19. Yeah, the same year as J-Lo. And then I was like, and I gave him my real birthday. That's right. I said, August 7th, 1973. And I was like, shit, that's my real birthday. And then I couldn't do math because I couldn't figure out when she was born. She was born in 70. And so anyway, red flag came up for Greg, and he asked my supervisor how old I was, and it was 16.
Oh, shit.
But 16 is the age of consent here. And, you know.
It's those damn boys to men, y'all.
You see us, we're like flagging because
It was Tony Braxton.
oh my gosh.
It was Brandy.
Oh gosh, yeah. That you're
I
singing
Want to
it.
Be Down.
Yes.
It was that song, actually.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, there you go. That was it.
Incredible. So you were into the older men.
I was into the older men. Maybe-
I'm into the younger men.
Yeah. Well.
Well, only one, but yeah.
Right.
Only this one, baby.
Right. Good job. Because I had dated, you know, boys that were my age, and they were
No.
very incredibly immature.
Yes,
And
no.
I could not hang.
No.
I couldn't hang with that attitude and that disrespect, and like, you know, I wanted a person.
Yeah,
Even
a
that
partner.
young, I wanted a person.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
So how did he
been together
propose?
since. Oh my gosh. We did Friday night date night. We've done that for 35 years. Friday night.
You
date
guys.
night. Yes.
Goals.
Yeah, we even took all 3 kids on date nights during those times. So always Friday night date night, unless we, you know, schedules get busy. We have to plan on Saturday or Sunday. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's one of the key things that kept our marriage alive, is just to have us. You know, we had a short time before we had our son. So, but now in empty nesting time, here we are, you know, 35 years. No, sorry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 35 years later. Yes.
Crazy.
1990.
Amazing.
And now 35 years later, and a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but mostly a lot of ups, and getting to know who I was really, because I was young, and getting to know, you know, what my gifts and talents were and contributions to the world, even though I had, you know, a son at that time, at that very young age, and I felt like I was ill prepared, but I got it together, and, you know, finished at least 2 years of college at that point.
Yes.
And then decided to just chip away a little bit at a time to get, you know, to the grand undergraduate degree.
Yeah.
And to this day had not ever happened, because let's fast forward a little bit further to when I was 48 and was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And that was, I didn't do the teaching dance story, or teaching dance fitness story, shall I say. Because when I pivoted, didn't go to Disneyland, didn't become that dancer to make everybody, to spread joy and cheer. That was like my goal. And I ended up joining a gym and finding literally step aerobics. And there was this power in just movement, I guess.
Yes.
That I kind of hungered for, but it wasn't quite technical for me enough, but I did it. And then someone recognized that, oh, you're here 5 days a week, 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're working out. Well, why don't you, train
Teach.
and come and teach and do the things? And I thought, oh, I guess. So that's when that started, when I was 21. So it's been 30 years now, roughly, that I've been teaching just dance fitness or just fitness in general.
Hell yes.
Yeah. So, yes, because as a dancer, I was always trained to take care of my temple, my body, whatever. You know what I mean? Just to do all the things. But
Yeah.
growing up at 16, I did have an eating disorder. I did have an in-house inpatient hospitalization for it. It was severe because my counselor in my high school caught me trying to throw up after lunch. It was like, came into the girls' bathroom.
Damn.
Are you okay? So it was kind of a forced thing, but it was good because I got the treatment.
I mean, same. And it's like, for any girls that are dealing with that shit, I mean, let me tell you right now, whatever bad thing you're doing to your body, you're going to look old. So just fucking stop. Okay? Like,
if that doesn't scare you now, yeah.
Oh, I in high school, I was so mad that we moved from the Bay Area to Oregon that was my thing, is being anorexic. I was doing laxatives. I was throwing up. I had my best friend, and we would journal everything we wrote. It was so bad. And they called my mom into the office, and they were like, are you aware that your daughter is like 100 pounds? Oh my God. But yeah, I had to go to the hospital. And then there was another girl who looked up to me, and she started copying what I was doing. And that's another thing, ladies, is, it's like, we love Ariana and Cynthia, but like, I went to go see Wicked for Good, and I was like, I need to stop eating now.
I did watch something interesting about that. When they had the red carpet walk for the what is it called? When you
the red
debut?
carpet
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the
yes.
press junket.
Correct.
Or whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had watched a true crime story, and it was about this man who would somehow worm his way into like some pop singers, and then take a selfie with her. He did that. Did you see that?
I saw.
You saw that.
I saw it. And Cynthia grabbed her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was right there, like totally before the security came.
And I love that.
It was it was women watching after women is what that was. But I know because of Ariana's, all of that happened in England, she's carrying a lot of trauma.
Oh, yeah.
Lot.
And I completely, when I see Ariana's face, I think about her boyfriend that died.
Yeah.
The rapper, Mac Miller. And then just the divorce with that real estate asshole that like is a piece of shit, honestly. And like, yeah, I'm pissed off at her for like hooking up with Ethan Slater. Yeah. But it's just like, I think, how do you even get a grip on reality when you're at that level? How can any of us ever relate to that? But like, my heart goes out to both of them because they have both been through so much shit.
Correct.
I couldn't stop crying. I mean, I always cry, but like, I couldn't stop crying. Like, it was just, it was almost like can I just stop watching this? Because I can't handle it. But anyway, with the eating disorder shit, you guys, if you want to look young and supple, you cannot dehydrate your skin.
Absolutely not.
You have to eat.
Yes. And now as a 52-year-old with a muscle disease.
And the muscles.
Well, I lifted a lot of heavy weight growing up, and my brother taught me at Gold's Gym. In fact, it's exactly the same area where Dance Unlimited is. That's the gym area. It's not there anymore, but that's exactly where my brother would take me to train.
Cool.
And I was 13, but I built a lot of muscle over time, and muscles, future dancers or dancers, is what saves you. Muscles move you. Your strong core moves you, not your arms, not your legs. It's all from the core, baby.
Yeah. Okay, well, I need someone to help me with that because I don't go to the gym. I just stay home.
Yeah.
And I really just don't know. We put Marley in the garage.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and like I do what I can, but I think it's just because of the anxiety and the depression. I just like don't even know what to do yet. Because in LA, I did have a gym membership, and I would go like maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
What did you do at the gym?
I would do the squat rack
Okay.
and the incisor.
Okay. Yes.
And then maybe I would do 15 minutes of the elliptical, but I really was just trying to work on my ass because my ass is pretty, but it's not very big. And so in LA, the pressure to have a fat ass is like,
It's not as bad as Miami, though. Woo! Yeah, yeah.
like my body type is not popular anymore. Well, I guess Ariana and Cynthia are bringing it back. But yeah, the main focus was to build muscle.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
Protein, build your ass.
Yes.
And arms.
Yes. I mean, things change, as I'm sorry, postmenopausal now, but it's true. All the hormones shifting and where things are going. And
Yeah.
in the middle of all that, I was recovering from a bilateral mastectomy.
Yeah.
So it made things very difficult. And then it made things difficult for my recovery because I had a lot of deficiencies in my system because of that time when I was anorexic and didn't feed my body properly.
Shit.
Because
Okay.
every 7 years, your body regenerates.
Yes.
Sometimes you have good 7 years. Sometimes you don't have the best 7 years. But,
Okay, we're going to start from the beginning with this conversation because women in general going to the doctor or the gyno and receiving news, but like going there in the first place at all is still really awful.
Yes.
And I just pray to God that it gets better for women. And can we get rid of the word geriatric? Anyways, so how old okay, you were 48.
I was 48.
You go to the doctor. How did you even know?
actually, I have a osteoarthritis throughout my entire spine. So I foam roll every day. And one day I was sitting lengthwise on a foam roll and I just did a self check and I thought, what the heck? And I had felt a bump and we had to go back. Sorry, there's always a layer of history.
Yeah.
My sister had breast cancer 10 years before I was diagnosed with cancer. She was also 48.
Oh my God.
We do not have the BRCA. Well, I don't have the BRCA gene. She never got tested, but they say it's environmental. How we both had it, and it's okay. We're both in the family, but my daughters and her daughter will have to get their screenings done early.
Yeah.
Alexa, she's 39. She's 39. She's 39, and she's done her screenings. I think the last couple of years because they recommend it. I think now it's 45. I think the general recommendation is because it was 50. I was barely 50, so I never had a baseline done. My bad, because my sister had already lived with 10 years of her cancer story.
Yeah.
But when my sister, so let's go back to 2012 when I had just moved back to Nevada from the East Coast, followed my husband, his job, his career around, and then we ended up back here in Nevada, northern Nevada, and my sister was diagnosed, but it was already coming out from her skin. So like you could see the orange peel-like skin underneath her breast. But
oh my God.
she was single, not dating. She just, and 48, I mean, really.
Yeah.
So she was not self-aware. She wasn't a dancer or anything like that.
Right.
She just wasn't self-aware. And by the time she did go to the ER, I think, they said, honey, that's cancer. They didn't even have to get a scan or anything. Just it was protruding out. It was blistering a little bit. It just had a presentation of advanced stage cancer. And that's what it was.
Christ.
It ended up being a stage 3 metastatic cancer. And then about a year later, in 2013, it progressed to stage 4. She had it in her bone. So both breast, bone, and because she was diabetic and she smoked cigarettes on a daily, she wasn't a good candidate for surgery.
Oh my God.
So they ended up, because of the size and the presentation outside of the body, you can see the cancer cell, they decided to shrink it first with radiation. Pinpoint radiation did not exist back then. They just kind of stuck you in an oven and radiated the shit out of this area. And I remember, taking her to her appointments, and as we were leaving, you would see like ash kind of fall from the floor. So I still have a little PTSD looking at something that looks like cigarette ash or whatever ash just on the ground. I
Did
remember
you
her.
start therapy when this was happening, or like?
No, I was just trying to be there for her. I was living in Gardnerville, so we were an hour away at the time she was diagnosed. And then
my
a year
God.
later, we ended up moving up here because it was more convenient. My husband was always traveling
Yeah.
every week, twice a week. So we just ended up moving to Reno. It was easier. So
Well, and you had him.
yes.
And he was super supportive, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
When I got it, when it was my turn to get it, going back to that lump that I had found, we were also in the middle of transitioning to another insurance. I think that's when he started working for the state of Nevada around that time, and because insurance premiums are crazy when it's just two of you. You know what I mean? It's thousands of dollars
Well,
a
even
month.
just me, like before lockdown, I was with Blue Shield.
Yes.
But during lockdown, I was like, no. Like, I canceled it and just got Molina, which is like for low income.
Right.
I was like, whatever I can do to
Yes.
survive this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we were paying thousands for premiums just for, I think it was the two of us and maybe our youngest daughter at that time. And he decided to take a job with the state of Nevada because of his retirement, and our, insurance wasn't going to be thousands. It would just be a couple hundred. So he did that, and we waited for insurance to transition. So I put it off until September to go get it checked out. But in September, that was my first year teaching high school biology. Because
Oh my
I followed my 8th graders in science at that middle school. I followed them to their high school. Majority of them, not all of them, but
Yeah.
majority of them. I could continue building the relationship that we had already built for 8th grade, and now I could help my little freshmen,
Wow.
in biology. And that's what I did until September came around, and I got COVID. And it knocked me flat on my ass
Same.
on the couch. I'd never been that sick,
God, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, I was angry. I was like, I got the shot. Why did I get sick? And they
I
said,
didn't do the shot. I was too afraid.
I shouldn't have because I had really terrible
Do
experiences.
you feel like the shot might have been the thing?
That's what they kept telling me. Like, I don't know if I bought into the whole
Yeah, it's
conspiracy
like,
theory
yeah,
of it. But I kid you not, when I was diagnosed and I put it out there, my friend Carly got in touch with one of her friends, whose other friend, they all had breast cancer. I was in a
Oh my God.
text group with 5 or 6 of us in the Northwest area in Reno
Oh
who had it at the same time.
God.
Was it the water we were drinking? Was it the metabolism of the COVID vaccinations? I don't know, because I was in shock that
It was even happening.
yeah, because I watched her disintegrate from radiation therapy and then aggressive chemotherapy twice. I mean, like aggressive chemotherapy, not the chemo that I'm taking, but the chemotherapy with, through her port.
Yeah.
And watched her functional adult, brilliant with her hands, very creative. And then her feet, she couldn't walk. She couldn't use her hands anymore. And she was, again, at home for 12 years. She lived that way.
Oh my God.
About 12 years she lived that way. And I was terrified. Fear was, okay, I am not getting any of that chemo, radiation, and that whatever, the estrogen hormone blocker afterwards. I'll just do the mastectomy, Angelina Jolie, these babies, and let's go call it good, right?
Right.
And stop the cancer from spreading. So the cancer that I had was ductal carcinoma in situ, which means it was inside of my milk ducts, and it hadn't spread out. So it was in situ, in situation of my ducts, but had not spread out to another tissue outside my breast tissue. Thank goodness, because it would have been like a stage 1. And then when it progresses, if it metastasizes to the other breast, it goes like stage 3. And then if it hits another organ in your body, stage 4. That's how that works. But mine were contained, and I said, okay, I am going to do the most invasive procedure and have a mastectomy. And then they keep telling me that it's not like a radical mastectomy where they took out your lymph nodes and they did all the things and you were basically crippled and couldn't work or do anything after those type of mastectomies. But I had researched a little bit. I only had 2 weeks until my scheduled surgery. I had 2 weeks to figure out if I was going to go flat because I couldn't. I'm a natural person, obviously. I didn't want to,
You didn't want fake boobs.
I didn't want fake boobs. I did want them perky, but I didn't want them, anyway.
Too big.
Other stories.
I mean, like, mine are not
Right.
real, so it's
see?
fine. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I've had these for 100 years.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
and I have so many times where I'm like, I wish I had not.
Right.
Right. But it's my grandma and my mother from day one were like, we'll get them for you.
Aww.
So
Yeah.
stupid. You don't need them.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, keep going.
Oh,
So what did you decide?
I decided I wanted to go flat. That was my
Okay.
first decision.
Okay.
Then when we met, I had to meet with my surgeon who would take out the tissue first. And he suggested, if you want to do a one and done with me, we can take out the tissue and then we have like your average size B cup maybe and be one and done. Put them in and insert them in and be done. And I'm like, oh, and I wouldn't have to consult with any plastic surgeon or anything. And I thought, okay. So I put that in the back of my mind. And then I went to my plastic surgeon consultation. And that's when he told me if I went flat chested, no implants, I would be concave.
Oof.
And I was like, I wear like bra tops and tank tops and things like that when I teach exercise for a living, or when it's a hot day, you know what I mean?
You're a woman.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole thing of a mastectomy is like we're women, and it's like we don't want to lose.
Right. And I was
femininity.
horrified. It was horrifying. And it was, I get it. It was just skin. It was just tissue or whatever. But it was like a part of me that I had already bonded with for 48 years.
Yeah.
Why would I want to give that away? It felt like it was forcing me to, give up my will, which was to keep my body intact. Sorry, was that too much to ask? So I think I was sold on in my opinion, that I was sold on the implants. I was sold on maybe getting them boosted a little bit bigger, but because of but because of my presentation, the presentation of them wouldn't be full and voluptuous like a breast augmentation.
Right.
Because I don't have the tissue there to make it all fluffy and pretty. It's just like, it's there. It's sitting there, And I had problems from the start. So the procedure basically, the first procedure was removal of the tissue, right? And then they have to, not install, I guess, put in a skin chest wall, basically.
Okay.
So that the expanders, the treatment before the permanent implants take place. And I had, that first week, I woke up and about a day later, because they kept me overnight, I had broken out in a rash. So I thought, what's going on? Is it the expanders? I was thinking all these things. Why am I breaking out in a rash? Oh my gosh, I just had this massive, I did not know the gravity of a mastectomy. Like it's very invasive. They pull out everything and I still don't have feeling because they move your nerves, they cut nerves.
Oh my God.
Things are dull. 3 years later, there's not a lot of sensation. There's some pressure that I feel, and there is weirdly enough pain deep inside, but that's it. It's very, the sensory presentation of it doesn't make sense to my brain and whatever. But it was 6 months later. Well, let's back up. I had the expanders put in. I have a rash. They keep me for a week. After my mastectomy, just trying to find out what could be causing the rash, the allergens. So we decided from that point, after I was discharged, that I would not take any, because I had another surgery coming. I had reconstruction in 4 to 6 months. So I needed to prepare for not using the class of drugs or any of the drugs that we used in the previous surgery. So that was January of 2022. And then you go back and you get what's called a fill. With the CC syringe, they fill a little bit at a time up to, I can't remember, honestly, like the numbers. I'm terrible with numbers, great with science, but terrible with numbers.
I feel like
CCs?
250 or...
Mine was like 4 something.
Those are some big,
See, I told you
titties.
they're big, but they don't look,
Right.
bouncy because I don't have the chest skin. Okay, I did a skin sparing procedure too, so I kept my nipples, my skin, like nothing was touched. I wasn't irradiated. There was nothing there. So I was able to keep that tissue, and they went in from the side. So, and took it all out. And this is something that everybody should learn. You do not have back fat. It is chest tissue, adipose tissue that migrates to your back. So people are like, oh, this little thing right here. Sorry, not to body shame you, but that's just how there's not enough room in the front. So it migrates to the back. They had to take that out too. So I don't feel a lot in my upper back.
Oh my God.
Because nerves were, torn, and, that's how that is. And I think in my mind, maybe there was a denial that, okay, I just had this mastectomy, and 8 to 12 weeks, I'll be fine. Go back to work. As a teacher at a high school with freshmen. So
shit.
It was a lot. I tried to come back, but I only came back as a substitute at that time. I had to give in my classroom to another whoever took my place.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. That first week, I noticed I couldn't stay up for a whole 4 hours, maybe 3, and I was fine. But I would start to tire. I had developed what's called lymphedema because they had lymph nodes removed. Only 2, but they were removed. It's like taking out of your superhighway of a lymphatic system. Taking a part of that out is like taking a bridge out.
Yeah.
And then everything gets clogged and stagnant, and where stagnancy is breeds infection and whatever else. So I was going through all that too, and getting therapy for that. Going to Carson 3 days a week, meeting with a lymphatic specialist who would just do drainage massage basically, and that helped. But
see, okay, if I were to get the massage for that type of therapy, I would just be crying.
Yeah.
Were you crying?
Yes. No. She's
How?
actually one of my great friends now.
Because
talked.
she's a badass. Because she knew how to keep your mind right.
Yes.
It's like find the right people to take care of you.
Correct.
It can change your whole experience.
Correct. And for whatever reason, I've always chosen women because I'm feel safer with them in general. And we just built a relationship. We have a great friendship now. We have a great friendship, and I also put her on Colo 8 morning break too.
Well, if she wants to come in for the pod too, I would love that.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Yes,
love that.
yes.
And I tagged Katie too from Colo 8, and she was
Do you
like,
not love her?
oh my God, she's just down for whatever. Yeah. Like, and thank you so much for doing that.
Of
for us.
course, that made me happy.
Holy shit.
No,
Okay, because I think it's good to hear from you, whoever's going through this right now or something similar, even if it's an injury.
Right.
And you're out for months. It's the most depressing thing.
It is.
So, like, what advice would you give to someone going through that right now? Come in. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
This is Myra.
Hi, Melissa. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Brett's in the studio. Or you can sit out here and listen. Either way.
Either way, yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so what advice for the women who are going through this right now would you give?
For their diagnosis? What part?
How to emotionally survive. Because it's like you have to get up in the morning, number one, and then you have to like eat, and you have to like learn how to love yourself. Like you have to look in the mirror and get ready for the day, which is already hard for a woman.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. What was it? What helped you survive the shit?
I had a lot of my husband, obviously, that we could, just chit chat. I feel like when I discovered the diagnosis, of course, you research everything because Dr. Google is a great resource. And then you go down all these little rabbit holes. But to choose... I would not, if I had to go back and do my consultation to both surgeons, the general surgeon who took out my tissue and the plastic surgeon who did my reconstruction, I would want some help from other survivors with this experience. I sort of had that, but I didn't have that exact experience. I had my experience from my sister.
Yeah.
But because her health was so downgraded after her experience, that was what I thought I had to look forward to be crippled. But here I am with a disabled parking sticker. But anyway.
Yeah, but I literally
test it.
just saw her like pouring sweat teaching a class to like 200 people the other day. So I think you're doing pretty good. But I hear you. It's like, oh my God, to find the group of cheerleaders that are all going through it at the same time.
Yes, that helped tremendously.
Yeah.
That helped tremendously. And I met Natalie from Cancer Community Clubhouse, which I do my Dance for Hope events for specifically right now.
Yes.
I met her through one of the participants at my class at another gym. And she said, my sister Natalie has gone through, stage 4 breast cancer, and noticed there was not a survivor group here. We have support groups in the hospitals. And I've been to those support groups in the hospitals, but I had survivor's guilt because I was the only one with a head full of hair. The rest of them were chemo patients and stuff, and all I wanted to do was go there and ask where I could get a supportive bra because my boobs hurt during this whole transition. And I felt like, I'm not going back. I'm not sharing that. And I felt like it was too much for my husband at the time because he was working so much, and I was unloading on him, and then I would load on a friend and then unload on another friend. And it just, there wasn't an empathy there because an understanding because they hadn't gone through it.
Yeah.
It is definitely, you find comfort in people who go through similar experiences, and you share what worked for you, and what worked for me is having community.
Yeah.
And if that meant people like my work colleagues at the school that I was at the time, it was my dance besties, I call them, my DJ tribe, and wherever I was at the time, that's what, really pulled me through.
Yep.
Texting was great. Any mode of an outlet.
Yes. Find a community and get with them immediately from the jump, from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And like finding a way to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And like humor and just to keep the endorphins lifted because our mind is so powerful.
Yes. Yeah. I did start therapy too, by the way, when in the diagnostic process. So when I did finally, it wasn't until November, I found that lump in like June, July. I think it was June. And then I didn't go because I had COVID in September and trying to recover from that. And a lot of hard mental health times right there. And then, when was that? November, I went to see my OBGYN.
Yeah.
And she also palpitated that lump and was like, okay, but doesn't feel like it's grounded in there. It feels like it's movable, but let's go get this, get your mammogram, which was that was my baseline mammogram.
Yeah.
My only, the diagnostic mammogram for breast cancer was the only mammogram I will ever have. Again, like I kept that skin, and there's some cells there from my OG cells, I guess, that are checked once a year through ultrasound now, but not smushed in that machine and all the things, because that was torture. The whole thing was torture. So, there's some PTSD on that too. But after the reconstruction surgery in June of 22, approximately 10 weeks later, thought I was healing fine. I had a broken toe, so I couldn't go dance.
Oh my
like
God!
Because I went to Hawaii and surfed, and my foot got caught in a coral.
Oh.
And then I yanked it out. Anyway, but that was
you went surfing after surgery
before. 4 days before.
Oh my God!
4 days before we were in Oahu, and then it was like our girls' graduation gift to them. So one had graduated the year previous, and then one graduated that year in 22, and we just took the youngest of our kids and went. Yeah. And then I broke my toe, and then I had to have surgery. And,
oh my God.
But it was like heaven's way of saying, you're sitting still. Yes. You're not going anywhere. Break your toe. And I thought I had healed fully. At 10 weeks post-op, we went and worked out. And the next day, I couldn't feel my lower legs. So that was 22, September of 22. And since then, long story short, I have been poked prodded, thought I had MS, thought I had some other thing, thought I had a heart attack, thought I had. I've seen a lot of specialists ever since then because my blood work, inflammatory markers, creatine kinase, all the things that identify that this person has something, a considerable amount of inflammation, it didn't show. It didn't show for 3 years until I got a muscle biopsy in August in my leg. There's the scar right there.
Oh my God.
So, superficial, it's okay, but now
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but I can't feel right here, like the
Oh my
top right side of
God.
my thigh, like my IT band. That's all pretty much numb. It's painful to touch. It's real neuropathy pain, not normal. I kept chat GPTing my symptoms during the recovery because I was supposed to recover for like 6 to 8 weeks. It's just a little cut, but then they drill to the center of your muscle belly, which is the quadricep and probably part of the hamstring at that point because I could not stretch. I was worried about not gaining back my range of motion, flexibility, all that stuff, and my mobility mainly. That came back, but that pain is consistent and it's there. So the results of my biopsy did show I have an inflammatory autoimmune myositis, which is a muscle disease. My immune system is attacking my muscles. That's why I'm saying, dancers, lift, lift, lift. Build your bone while you can before menopause. And then what you have is, it's what you have. If you don't have a muscle disease, then you could probably build more, but I cannot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I cannot until we find out the specific subtype. That's been a nightmare because when my neurologist received the results for the muscle biopsy, she and my rheumatologist had a conversation, which finally the professionals that I've been visiting all of these 3 years trying to figure out what my medical mystery was, they finally communicated, and they both did not agree with the findings of my biopsy. I thought, what? You don't think I have an immune-mediated autoimmune myositis? No, because your blood inflammation markers don't show that. So we're going to send this to Stanford and see if the pathologist there can reread and give their second opinion. And then we'll find out what your subtype is so we can get you correct treatment. Fine. That was 6 weeks. I'm about 13 weeks right now. 13 weeks post-op from that procedure. But at 6 weeks, I was calling and checking. Did you hear something from Stanford yet? And my neurologist said, let me get back to you. And an office, it was all on my chart, all on the app. And one of the office staff came back and said, I'm so sorry, Myra. We just found out there's a process for you to get a second opinion. If the patient wants a second opinion, you have to pay postage, a stamped postage envelope with a FedEx label inside, affixed inside, and mail it to the Sacramento Pathology Lab, and then they'll mail it to Palo Alto in the Bay Area for the Stanford Pathology Department. And I was like, what in the actual fuck? Like literally tears, crying, sobbing, enraged. And I tried to write that out as best as I could in my chart. And I said, why am I being told this 6 weeks later? But they've been sitting there for 13 weeks now because they're still sitting there. I said, I didn't ask. I don't mind having to pay for labels and all that, but I should have been told this
Day one.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Day one.
Agreed. And my husband was enraged. They were all enraged. And we decided we're just going to drive to Sacramento ourselves, pick them up from the lab, and then just drive them another 2 hours to Palo Alto.
Oh my God.
We'll be fine. But then life and, the weather, because you have to go over that hill, can be dangerous. And just, we have our grandbaby due here any day now. So
So you guys are still waiting to go there?
Yeah. But beginning of November, I had my appointment, my 3-month follow-up with the rheumatologist, not the neurologist who originally ordered the muscle biopsy, the rheumatologist.
Yes.
I explained to her what happened that day on November 6th, that I have no idea what my subtype is because they're still sitting there. I'm having trouble trying to get them over because time is tight, money is tight, everything's tight right now. And I just bawled, crying, telling her this still hurts. This is not normal.
No.
It's not all in my head. Something is going on. And I flipped out and she said, let's go get your blood work, see what's going on. And then I would be willing to do some trial treatment on you just to give you some relief, because I was sneezing every time I exercised, like massive sneezes. I was really sore. I was extremely tired, like tired.
Yeah.
And I did my blood work that day, and finally it did reveal that I have some inflammation. But I've always had that low level inflammation. It's always in the hundreds. Mm-hmm. If the value is over in the thousands and the tens of thousands, then you have MS, or you have rheumatoid arthritis, or you have all these things. I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. 2 doctors don't know what it is. And everybody keeps telling me, you're just 1 in a million, girl. You're just 1 in a million.
But I feel like this is so typical with the medical system.
The dismissiveness.
Yes, and the doctors, and they think that we are Googling everything, and they get mad at us for trying to be the doctor. But it's like, you guys aren't giving us an answer.
Right.
Like, I have hypothyroid and throat issues my whole life, and they would just give me prednisone or like Vyvanse, and I'm just like, this is making it way worse.
Right. Side effects, da-da-da-da.
Because they just didn't have an answer, you know? Right. And I mean, I still am just like, I don't fucking know. I quit drinking in 2012 because I had such severe autoimmune issues that I was like, whatever I can do to save myself from being in bed for 3 and 4 days at a time, I have to do it, because they don't know. So we need to have a part 2.
Yes.
After you guys go to Sacramento and Palo Alto, we want to know what these doctors say and what the results are. Okay. And we're putting you guys on blast because this is bullshit. I have another friend, Susie, who did a full documentary herself. She would record herself going into the hospital because she had fibromyalgia or
fibromyalgia,
and cysts everywhere that she had to get removed. And it was like the rigmarole of like what it actually was and getting the surgery scheduled. I mean, she recorded everything on purpose because she didn't want to be fucked with, and she didn't want to wait forever for results and answers.
Right.
It's insanity.
It is insanity. But however, with that now reflecting what my muscle biopsy had said, there's now some evidence, there's scientific evidence, and she said, finally, we're going to treat your immune system. Yeah. Do you want steroids? No, I don't want fucking steroids, because last time I had steroids, it was my second Dance Hope for Hope event. I had a cortisone, my first ever, 3 shots, L5, S1, and piriformis muscle, and it didn't kick in till 3 days later, which the 4th day that it kicked in on a Saturday was my second annual Dance for Hope event, and I was very ill. I had it was like someone punched me in the stomach, and that knot would not release. Oh my God. And I don't know if it was my body like saying, get this steroid, we're processing this, but it's really heavy for us. I'm not sure. But I spent 3 days in the hospital that night after my event was done, so that wasn't a good time for me. But I said, I can't do steroids. What's the alternative? And she said, there's methotrexate. And guess what? She didn't tell me that it was a chemotherapy drug. I had to Google it. Yeah. And I was like, what? It's low dose, so it's not to the
and this is the
value.
You posted this on.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The chemo that originally, remember, I didn't want chemo ever, so I got the mastectomy. What the hell? Right.
Which, like, please keep posting the information. Okay. Because people don't know.
They don't.
Like, I have no idea about these medications.
Right.
And we all should just know.
Right.
At this point, it's 2025.
Yes.
For
Thank you.
fuck's sake. Like,
and chemo, I mean, it sounds so ridiculously vain, but I didn't want to lose my hair.
No,
I didn't want to lose my hair.
Nobody
I didn't want to lose
does.
my eyelashes. I didn't want to lose my eyebrows. I didn't want to get mouth sores. What else were that? Like GI concerns. I mean, it was.
Nobody wants to.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose that, and that's what, in my mind, chemotherapy is poison, because that's what happened. But they said it's a low dose. You can go out. You can go to work. Excuse me. Do you know that I work at many gyms at this point, and there's lots of germs there and whatever. So the first week, last week, I was wearing a mask. Then I was breathing that crap in, and I was like messing with my lungs. And I said, yeah, screw this. Fuck the mask. Let's just do you, boo, and be me.
This is why Celine Dion has an oxygen tank, y'all. And why she's like, how old is she now? 70 something, and still singing like a bird. And I'm like, they know. I just bought a saline vocal mobile, what is it called? A vaporizer?
Yes.
To breathe in on stage because Nevada's so dry.
It is dry.
But I've always had throat issues. And so whatever I can do to lubricate my throat. But also I have 3 masks. I have one in my backpack, one in the bedroom, because I feel like my autoimmune shit, like I'm always getting affected by outside elements.
And you live by sagebrush, don't you?
Right. Yeah. And so
Yes.
it's just like, fuck it. Whatever we need to be at our best.
Right.
I will do it. I don't give a shit what you guys think. If I look insane with my little vocal inhaler,
No.
I'm going to be inhaling it. We were just watching The Road with Keith Urban and Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And there was a woman, and she's 40 years old, by the way, still trying to make it as a singer.
Wow.
And she was backstage with this thing that she was breathing in. And I'm like, what is that? You know? It's little things like that where I'm just like, why do all of this shit needs to be in the store and available?
Yes.
It
But
needs
we
to
don't
be-
know that
Yeah.
unless we're talking about it on purpose.
Yep. It's crazy. Okay, so let's do final message and then a tarot card pull, and we will do a part 2 to follow up.
Perfect.
Because this is the type of information that, and the camaraderie and the fellowship that people need, mainly the women, but like also if you're a guy and you're vibing with us, great. But it's like so much easier
Yes.
to wake up in the morning when you know you have 10 other girls going through it with you.
Correct.
Or just someone on the internet being like, I'll tell you,
Yes.
I'll show you.
Yes.
Because you are fearless. And you are just like, I don't care if you want to know or not. I'm going to fucking tell you guys what's going on. And I'm just like, but we need it. We need it because even though I'm not going through what you're going through, it's like if I have a day like today where I'm crying and in the dumps and I'm sad, it's like I see Myra on Facebook or Instagram and I'm like, you know what? I can do this because she can do this.
Yes. And I also am a hypothyroid. My thyroid does no longer make hormones, so I take the T3 and
The Levo.
just the Levo. I was taking a T3 and then that made things complicated, so now I'm just taking a dose and a half more on one day a week.
Okay.
It's really strange, but
I don't like it because it makes me feel like my gums are disintegrating. Whenever I take it, it makes my gums like pulsate, and I feel like they're like disappearing, which they're fine still.
Yeah.
But I know
Right.
for a fact it's from the Levo.
Okay. Yep.
And if I said that to a doctor, I can't even imagine
Right.
what they would say. Like, okay, well, that's not possible.
Well, that's why they're supposed to create different prescriptions of drugs. 'cause
Yes.
It may not work for you, but it will work for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and in this case, it does work for me because I've been taking it since I was 19. I mean,
Well, I've been on Levo since 2012, basically, is when my whole life changed. But different dosings.
Yes.
And like my levels continue to change.
Yes.
So.
But people don't realize that the thyroid in general is everything. Your metabolism, your brain, all of that. That's how it controls your temperature. If you're always freezing. And yes. So nobody knows that. But you're telling them now.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to keep telling y'all. Okay, so final message. What do you want everyone to know? Like the kids, the parents, the adults, like right now in this moment of your life, what can you give people for inspiration?
Keep listening to your body. I listened and I told and kept telling, then I was dismissed. Then I learned to dismiss myself. And now I'm at a way different level with poison in my body, trying to regulate what I've been dismissing the last 3 years because nobody seemed to care. So I didn't care. I just kept going on with life, but didn't realize that I was hurting myself all the way through, not getting the proper treatment and being it now. I would say listen.
Yes. And fight for the answers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amen. Okay, we're going to do a tarot card and then we will let you guys go.
Wednesday.
Okay, this is Christina Ricci's brand new tarot deck, Cat Full of Spiders.
Wow.
And we are going to, Myra's going to pull a card from the deck.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, and Brett's going to play magical piano.
Right on. Right on.
While
Play that
you-
magical piano. Let's go.
Can you spread this out more?
Can't see.
Okay, here we go. Myra's going to choose a card. What did you get?
King of Wands.
I don't think anyone's pulled that yet. Ooh!
Pray tell, pray tell.
King of Wands, y'all. Because women are kings too. Let's just be real. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. King of Wands.
King of Wands. All right. King of Wands, upright. Angela, as agent of the Cat Witches, is charged with inspiring a revolution. With a goal as lofty as stealing the power of meteorite-based radioactive wands and transforming that power into a separate entity to free the Cat Witches from oppression. Angela will need to embody the King of Wands, who is known for his charisma and magnetism. You alone can't bring your vision to life. Use your social prowess and silver tongue to get others to see your point of view and aid you in your quest. What in the...
Woo!
Now,
And then reverse.
reversed. Here we go. Reversed. Your vision for the future is fully mapped out, but in order to make it a reality, you'll need the help of others. This card reverse suggests that you don't feel ready to step into your own power. What? Even though leadership is your rightful role.
Oh, obviously.
Whether you're struggling with imposter syndrome, self-doubt, or even simple shyness, lack of confidence is holding you back. What? Stand straight. Oh, I know. Square up your shoulders. Yep, that's where I'm having issues. And with a little help, you'll find yourself confidently overcoming obstacles and unleashing the power within.
Woo! Oh my God. You are a leader, you are powerful, and you are going to unleash the beast.
Wow.
.com, honey.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Christina Ricci, by the way. That was...
And thank you, Myra, for reading.
You're welcome.
You guys, King of Wands, card of the day. You're welcome. Brought to you by Myra.
Thank you,
Well,
Michelle.
thank you so much for being here. You guys, please, if you are going through any of this stuff, you need to follow Myra immediately. DM her, ask her questions, and she will lead you and guide you to the promised land. And who's the group that you were talking about?
Cancer Community Clubhouse.
Yes, Cancer Community Clubhouse, who just recently was on Channel 8 out here in Reno. You can get all the information on the Instagram or Facebook, but please join a community. You do not have to go through this by yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Let's wave our fans to the people.
Where's my van? You took my van from me.
Oh, baby, can you get her the...
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do it in sync.
Appreciate. Thank you. Appreciate.
Okay, ready?
Bye.